that has to do gang violence prevention.
This is, I will confess, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, this is my dream job, Sean.
I'm invested in the community, and I'd like to give back to the community that's given me so much.
We had focused on several sites initially.
Well, I think this is where Dave and I, do it.
Welcome to the LynnCAM TV Show, where we focus on organizations and events affecting the city of Lynn. Here with me today to discuss women and power, we have Keisha Canigliaro, Alnacia Noel, and Miss Massachusetts, Lauren Kuhn. Guys, thanks for being here today. Before we get too much into Chic, this great organization, what you do, mentoring young women to become fine young leaders here in the city of Lynn, or maybe even throughout the country, would be an outstanding feat to achieve. But before we get too much into that, let's talk a little bit about you guys and why you're here today. Keisha, we'll start with you.
Yes, thank you for having me. I want to tell you a bit about Chic Mentoring Plus. It's been founded in 2012, and it's to help people in Lynn area and kids all over the cities, help them with their self-esteem, their interpersonal skills, that they realize that no matter where they're from, they can do well and become something great.
Outstanding. And another little fun fact about you is that Canigliaro, if you're watching, you heard it right. You're Billy Canigliaro's wife.
Yes.
Who is Tony Canigliaro's little brother.
Yes.
Am I right? All right,
yes.
you got it. Tell
got
me
it.
Right. Is that, you guys get like free Red Sox tickets all the time, or what?
We do. We have our, you know.
All right, excellent. I thought we should share that one. Alnacia, such an incredible young girl. Let's talk a little bit about who you are and what you do over at Chic.
At Chic, I help Miss Keisha with the students, and she teaches about young lady things.
Okay. Now, when it comes to value, a lot of these organizations have value because what they're doing is they're giving you tricks and tips how to live your life. Do you think you've gained any value?
Yes, I have a lot.
Very much so. Miss Massachusetts, we have Lauren Kuhn. Thanks for coming in. Let's talk a little bit about who you are and why you're here today.
Well, I'm a dental student at the Harvard School of Dental Medicine, and I actually just drove here from one of my dental exams, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed for a good grade on that. But I'm really excited about trying to empower young women, just like this beautiful young lady here, and I feel like my values really align with Keisha and Chic Mentoring Plus, especially because neither of my parents went to a four-year college, so now finding myself in a doctorate level program is something that I never would have dreamed of, but I had mentors along the way who helped me, so I'd like to be a part of that cycle of giving back.
Oh, awesome.
It's really incredible what it is, and I mean the ripples of like being kind, they fluctuate throughout the entire universe.
Right.
So here we are, we're talking about a girl who was young and she never really had any parents to look up to who had gone and finished school. And here you are in Harvard studying to be a dentist.
Yeah.
I mean, that's incredible. And it's all because of a mentor that had helped you in the past. And now you're doing the same exact thing. So pay it forward without a doubt. It's something that actually works out there. Kindness, pass it on.
Absolutely. And my parents encouraged me too, so I've got to give them some credit for sure.
Absolutely. No,
absolutely.
I'm sure. Didn't want to say, you know, oh, she didn't have any parents. No, of course. Family loves her, all that stuff. So we're here to talk about women in success. Chic is an organization. You're tied in with the Boys and Girls Club.
Yes, I'm independent of the Boys and Girls Club, but every Mondays and Fridays I'm there to help the girls and teach them something worthful.
So it's more of a collaboration.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So they help you, you help them.
Yes.
Excellent. So there's a women's rights and success in women. I mean, it's a huge, huge topic right now. Definitely in the Americas, over in Europe, it's growing, and even in the Middle East, you're hearing it more and more. It's a significant time. We're seeing history being made here. In your line of work, how does this stuff affect you? I mean, does it get you like revved up, ready to go? I mean, does it motivate you to do what you do?
You know what? Doing what I do is the best thing that I could do for not just myself, but for my girls.
Okay.
And to be able to wake up in the morning and says, wow, I have something great to look forward to, knowing that I'm able to teach and to bring value to my students is a great opportunity. And not just that, to see them, you know, pursue their dreams and to become something that they thought that they would never become in life just because of their environment and where they're from. So I think, yes, it's a great thing to have equality in women, because there's so many women, just, you know, as Miss Massachusetts, who is doing fabulous things, and other women out there doing great things. So it's an amazing work. It's an amazing, you know, field to be in, and just helping people on the whole.
They say do what you love and you feel like you never worked a day. Do you feel like you've worked any days?
I never call it work. No, because I love what I do, and I also am going to school to become a psychologist. So it's everything ties in together, you know, and I'm just learning more and giving my girls so much experience. It's just wonderful.
Excellent. Alnacia, so you're over at Chic, okay? You were talking before the program. You have some aspirations and goals that you want to hit. When you become an adult, what do you want to be?
A pediatrician.
Pediatrician. Now, what actually motivated you to want to do that?
Miss Keisha motivated me to, like, get paid money, take a house.
Nice. Yeah, you gotta get money. What about helping people?
And I like to help people
and
like little kids.
Yeah, like little kids. It'd be cool if you were like the next Doogie Howserette, I guess you could say. It'd be interesting.
I think we have the future Dr. Noel right here.
Right.
Absolutely.
We were talking about the ring. Dr. Noel works very nicely.
Yes.
So over at Chic, seems like you do a lot with Miss Keisha. What would you say your favorite part of the organization is?
I like when she tells how to be young ladies, how we're supposed to act out in public.
So if you were to train me to be a proper young lady, what would you say? What am I doing wrong so far?
Your legs.
Oh, I gotta put these down. I keep them in like this. All
No
right.
cross.
No crossies. Okay, don't cross them. This is uncomfortable for me. Moving on.
Stand up straight.
Stand up straight. Sit up straight. Am I there yet?
A little bit.
I need some work, right? Yeah. I'll pop down at Chic. You can teach me a couple things. So, interesting fact about Lauren. Miss Massachusetts, big deal. Now, Miss America, that was a pageant that you had placed 4th in out of the top 5. That must have been an incredible accomplishment.
I was really, really excited, and I never thought, first of all, that I would even have the opportunity to be Miss Massachusetts, because this is a state where there's a lot of amazing women and people who I look up to, and I look up to a lot of the girls that I've competed with too, and I become friends with them. And so when that day came, when this crown was placed on my head, I was really, truly shocked. So when it came time to go to Miss America, I thought, you know, I'm just going to have fun. I'm going to meet people. I'm going to try to get as much scholarship money as I can. And I was really fortunate because I earned a $5,000 scholarship for science, technology, engineering, and math, in addition to my other scholarships. So just this year, I got over $26,000 in scholarships from Miss America. So
outstanding.
I need every penny I can get.
You're gonna need it. Harvard's a big deal. We actually have some pictures up on the screen right now of your recent success, doing your thing. Now, Miss America, there's a lot to it. Of course, all the women there are very pretty girls. But like you had said, there's a lot of amazing women in Massachusetts.
Absolutely.
Does that tie into it?
How so?
I mean, they're looking for certain characteristics, demonstration of actual due diligences, certain examples that have been set by them.
Absolutely. You know, and the funny thing is a lot of people still call it a beauty pageant, but Miss America, which was founded 94 years ago, so it's, you know, it's getting close to its 100th year anniversary, but Miss America is all about scholarship money, and it's a nonprofit scholarship foundation. There are no entry fees, and they look first and foremost at someone who needs the scholarship money that they're awarding. And contrary to popular belief, swimsuit is actually the lowest portion when you consider it for your score. It's worth 15% of your score, and talent is the most weighted. So I saw a picture of me that was up there playing piano, and that was my talent, and it was a lot of fun. But I think they're looking for women with drive, women with big hearts, and women who are open-minded too, because I think we realize that in this world there's a lot of gray area in terms of opinions, and so looking for someone who's informed but also someone who's open to change.
Okay, excellent. So, Alnacia, after meeting Miss Massachusetts, do you have any inspiration to actually compete in something like that? Or are you going to stick to becoming a pediatrician?
Both.
Both of them, why not, right? She's becoming a dentist, why can't you do it? I'd say so. You've already been working, you're setting the example for your peers. I think what you're doing is phenomenal. I want to get back into La Chic. La Chic is an organization, where are you guys located?
My office is in Beverly.
Okay, so you're in Beverly, but you help out through the North Shore.
Yes, through the North Shore.
Now, a lot of these kids, how did they come about? How do they hear about your program?
A lot of times it's through, you know, we have a lot of events. So my students are always there.
Now, we've met with a lot of different organizations here, and usually there's one certain type of participant, client, I guess what you could call them, that come in. These girls, I mean, when they come in, other than hearing about it through their school, I mean, what are they seeking from you?
You know, a lot of times they don't even know what they are seeking. You know, I have to be that one to pull it out of them and to find what their goals and, you know, what part they would like to be in, and help them to reach that goal. So a lot of times the students come in no self-esteem or very low self-esteem, and by a couple of weeks you start to see them walk up tall, and you know, they're speaking clearly so other people could understand what they're saying, and it's just like a trickling effect from one to the other. So yeah, so it's a great feeling to see the girls come from something and then come out to be something special. It's like a beautiful flower, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I heard you say a lot about pursuing goals. Goal-oriented people, it's very important that you have goals. And there's a reason for it, because it's easy to get stuck in your pattern, your day-to-day. The sun goes up, the sun goes down, and then eventually 40 years pass by and you're like, I've been alive this whole time, what had happened?
Right.
So I want to kind of talk about how you actually help these girls achieve their goals. I'd say the first step is identifying what the goal would be.
Yes, the first thing is identifying, but also identify who they are as a person, because a lot of times they don't know who they are, and figuring out the best way to help them. A lot of times some of them come to me with different things that are happening, so I have to find the best solution and the best possible way to be able to help them. For instance, when Alnacia came to my class, she's from the South, right? Southern Belle.
All right.
And so she had, you know, she knows that when you're speaking, she excuse yourself, or said excuse me, or give a firm handshake, and all of those things. And being able to teach the kids what to do is my priority, is why I'm there to guide them, you know, and then it's up to them to where they want to take it from there.
Outstanding. Awesome stuff. You're hitting me in the heart right now. I'm psyched to hear a little bit more. Right now we're talking about women in success. We're here with La Chic in Miss Massachusetts. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to get back right after this break.
Hi, I'm Russell Simmons. Today I want to talk to you about a very important subject, and it's cruelty to animals. Emmy was a victim of cruelty, and someone did something about it. Someone called the ASPCA and put an end to it, because Emmy can't talk. The fact is, animals are abused all over this country, and people sit by and do nothing. It's not slick or fly or cool or none of that. It's just cruel. If you're aware of any animal abuse, go to ASPCA.org to find out what you can do now and make a difference. She can't do it for herself.
There are heroes among us. They don't fly or bend steel or ride off into the sunset. They simply volunteer to look after someone else's health by providing comfort, lending a hand, or simply keeping us on track. Everyone's health needs a hero. Who will you look out for?
Find out how you can participate in improving our health. Visit iparticipate.org.
Welcome back to the LynnCAM TV Show, where we focus on organizations and issues affecting the city of Lynn. Here with me today, if you're just joining us, we're talking about women and success. We're here with some of the La Chic elites, and we also have Miss Massachusetts here. Guys, I just want to thank you again for coming in, giving up some time in your busy schedules here on this lovely, chilly Friday afternoon. If you're just joining us, what we've been talking about is La Chic, the organization, what it's involved. It's a mentoring program for young girls. What they do is they go out and they reach out to the youth, and they try to teach these young girls about setting goals, hitting those goals, and becoming fine young ladies in their lives. And we actually have Alnacia here, who is one of those fine young ladies. I want to get more into the specifics of the organization. Now, volunteering, is this something that you guys are looking for? Do you look for volunteers?
Oh, yes, I'm always looking for volunteers. It's always something to do, because for the past 2.5 years since we started, we have served over 80 girls, and I started by myself, and now I have two lovely, I have Coral and Ariel, who is my volunteer, so they all help me with the girls. And so we are always looking for people to come in and do things with the girls. I also encourage the parents to come in and see what their daughters are doing in the program, because it is so powerful, because it's good for the kids to see that their parents really care, you know, and it gives them the opportunity to even want to learn more, because they have that drive, not just from La Chic, but the parents cared enough to come into the class and see what's going on.
That's a huge point that we've touched on. Helping that help from your parents is a huge driver. Now, if somebody's interested in volunteering, like, where do they start? Is there a website? Do they walk through the front door?
Well, sure. There's my website. It's www.lachicmentoringplus.org, and my email is casey@lachicmentoringplus.org.
So if you're interested in volunteering, you can absolutely reach out to these guys, La Chic. I bet if you jump on Google, you guys will pop up.
Yeah, and they could give us a call.
Absolutely. Yes. Miss Massachusetts, I'm sure you'd rather be called Lauren, so we'll stick to that. But not every day I get to meet Miss Massachusetts, so
thank you.
Want everybody to know that's who that is. Mentoring women, we had talked a little bit about the program, and today it's so easy to just kind of be like, I don't have time for that, there's nothing that I can do. What kind of suggestions would you give out to women right there who are on the cusp of whether or not they should volunteer some time to help do exactly what these young ladies are doing over at La Chic?
I would say it really doesn't take a lot of time, and something I found is, you know, today I feel like our worlds are ruled by social media, and something I've done is just made it clear to my Facebook friends, who are people that I do in fact know, and I've let them know that if they have questions about applying to colleges, trying to find scholarships, or anything of that sort, to send me an email. And even in the last 2 days, I've gotten 2 emails from different girls who I've known previously in my life who are now applying for college and want some tips. And so I think very small things like that can work. You can also sign up to be a formal mentor, and I've done that through a few different organizations. And I also have started a scholarship, so for those who are able to do that, I personally did some fundraising, including garage sales, which is a less glamorous way of raising money, but I found a way to raise money and award a scholarship to a young woman who is achieving her dreams even against obstacles. So I think it doesn't always take a lot of time. It can just take a little bit of effort, but it's surprising how much that can do for someone and how much it can inspire them and help them push through and keep going.
Yeah, what I mean, you guys are all talking with a lot of passion for what you do. And I mean, it starts with that first step. You take your first step, you have some success, and then that passion just kind of kicks in. I kind of want to ask you guys right down the line, what makes you so passionate about your work?
You know, when I was growing up, I grew up in a very poor, you know, environment. My parents did not have a lot, and I had one lady who, you know, took me in and just gave me everything that she possibly can, and because of her is why I'm sitting here today. You know, my parents were great. My mom had a great relationship with her, did the best that she could do. And being from the Bahamas and Jamaica, because my parents are Jamaican, you know, it makes me realize that how can someone just take you into their home and take care of you like their own, and why can I not use that experience for someone who believes in me to give to my girls? And it's just a passion. Everything it's about my girls, you know, whatever I do.
I think it's been instilled in you, and there was really no choice that you had whether or not you were going to help people. This is something that you were born to do.
Yes, I think it comes with resilience, and it also goes back to, you know, my students, you know, no matter where they're from, they can cut through that toughness and become resilient and be whatever it is in life that they want to be.
So, Alnacia, what drives your passion over there at Chic?
To inspire myself.
Okay. Now, do you work on inspiring others?
Yes.
All right. So when they give you feedback and they say, hey, you know, Alnacia, what you said to me the other day inspired me to go out and make a change in my life. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel awesome.
Yeah, it does, right? It's the best feeling ever. And that's the best way to feel good, without a doubt. Laura, let's talk about you. What drives your passion?
Well, as I mentioned before, neither of my parents went to a four-year college, so when it came time for me to be applying for universities and dental schools and scholarships because my parents couldn't, you know, they couldn't pay for my tuition for me, it was really difficult, and especially because I'm the oldest child in my family, so I kind of felt like I was going through everything blindly, and I asked for a lot of help, and thankfully I got it a lot of the times. But I feel like there were a lot of things that I wished people would have told me, or tips that people would have given me, or, you know, maybe more people trying to take me under their wing. And I realized that I'm not the only person who feels that way, and so that's why when I have friends applying for these types of things or talking to me about their goals, trying to decide whether they want to be a pediatrician or whether they want to be something else, that I try to help them talk through that, because I know that if you have someone that believes in you, you're just so much more likely to achieve your goals, and you know, you can be whatever you want to be.
That's right.
Yeah.
Cool, very nice. Now I want to talk a little bit about, I mean, today, women's rights are a huge, huge thing. And equal rights, you hear about this all the time. And there are some people out there who don't believe that there should be women-specific programs out there to kind of even the keel. What would you say to people like that?
You know, it's a big issue, and I'm studying that right now, so I give a perfect timing. But I think that everyone should have an equal opportunity, regardless if you're a woman, you're a man, you know, if you're from other ethnic backgrounds. I think it's important for us to have an equal, to all be equal and not be divided.
I couldn't agree with you more. And that's really what it is. It's like you get people who are very excited about a specific group, and they're out there to create equality. And essentially what happens is that's not what they're working for, is equality. So you hit it on the nail on the head about equality, and that, you know, everybody should just be treated as individuals, not based on race, right, origin, ethnicity, any of that stuff. Cool. What about you, Alnacia? What's your take on this? Women's rights, they're important?
Yes, they are important.
I agree. So why do you think it's important to have equality?
For the girls to come together and talk about their problems.
Okay. So do you think that it would have any correlation for everybody to finally work together and achieve a one type of goal?
Yes.
I think so too. Okay. Laura, let's talk a little bit with you. Women's rights, huge nowadays.
Right.
There are a lot of people out there who are saying, hey, maybe it's not as big as a deal.
Right.
I kind of disagree with them.
Right. You know, I do disagree with those people as well. And, you know, there have been times when I've thought about that and I've gone back and forth, but I've realized that, you know, we're very lucky to live in America where women do have rights and where people are not supposed to be, and most of the time are not, thank goodness, discriminated against based on their gender. So that's a very good thing. But that doesn't mean that we don't still have room for improvement. So when we start thinking about Fortune 500 companies and their CEOs, you don't have as many women, not nearly as many women as men. And so I think that when we start getting perspectives of people from different backgrounds, whether that be based on gender or being based on something else, I think that we're able to think a lot more creatively, come up with better solutions. We're working together, and I think that that's why it's a good thing. And you know, when I think about when I was born, I didn't choose what type of person I would be born as, and I want to have the same opportunity as anyone else who was born a certain way.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
You guys have been outstanding guests. We've got this crown on the table.
Oh.
I've been dying to see it on Alnacia. Would you be open to that?
Yes.
Can you give us a good wave
right.
after?
It looks beautiful on you. Do you want to wave to the camera?
She's adorable!
Oh my goodness. Future Miss Massachusetts right here.
I'm kind of bummed. They don't let me wear a crown. I could really rock a crown. What do you think? Good weight?
Yes.
What do you think it's worth?
1,000.
1 million. Oh, we're going to get sued. No, we're not. Guys, I really appreciate you coming on. Outstanding subject topic. Continue to do the amazing work that you're doing over there. With me today, we have Keisha Canigliaro, LNation Noel, and Lauren Kuhn. Guys, thanks for being on the show. That's it for the LynnCAM TV show from the studio here at LynnCAM TV. I'm Sean Donahue, wishing you all the best.